I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connection video. We're exploring 5 of my favourite essential oils for grounding. Now, we all get overwhelmed by life sometimes. Sometimes that can be feeling really uptight and stressed. Sometimes it can be muddled, confused, overwhelmed. Sometimes it may be showing itself in the way of an anxiety or even depression. Now, luckily, we have nature's gifts to help support us and settle us back down, to re-find who we are and what's important to us. In this video, I want to explore 5 essential oils that I've found really beneficial and the people in my life have found really beneficial to help settle and ground them again, to bring them back to who they are, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Vetiver comes from the root of a grass plant, and like many root essential oils, they help to ground and settle us. The aroma of this thick brown oil is like the earth, and I really find it helps to ground me. Now, during the day, I find it helps to focus me, and I've got friends who also have young children who sometimes are a bit scattered and can't concentrate, and they find either diffusing vetiver or rubbing it on the back of the neck helps to ground them and helps them pay attention at school or at home when they're doing their homework. I find it the same when I've got too much on my mind and I can't focus on one task. At night, I sometimes like to nickname it the horse tranquilizer. It really knocks me out. So if I am feeling scattered or worried about something and I'm worried that it's going to play on my mind as I'm trying to sleep, I get my vetiver out. I'll rub it on the soles of my feet, on the back of my neck, and even up and down my spine. That really helps to ground me in that way. The beautiful thing about vetiver, on a deep level, it helps us get to the root of issues. Vetiver helps us to come back to a space of stillness and get to the root of a problem. A lot of the time we get overwhelmed because we're scared about dealing with an issue and actually looking at it. Vetiver brings us to that spot. It allows us to settle down. It creates space for us actually to have an inquiry on why we're feeling this way. Instead of just band-aiding it and trying to cover it up and avoid it, Vetiver encourages you to feel comfortable, to feel at home in looking at the issue, getting to the root of it, and dealing with it, so that you can start to feel more grounded in the everyday life. Copaiba comes from the resin of some large trees found in South America. When that resin is steamed distilled, we get an amazing essential oil that is so calming and grounding. Now, it doesn't really have much of an aroma, but you can still pop it in the diffuser, and I find it has a really relaxing effect. Now, this has been really great for a friend of mine who gets really overwhelmed by large amounts of people and gets a bit of social anxiety. What she's found is that she actually built a career for herself online, but she did so well, people then wanted to meet her and wanted to do appearances and that type of thing, and of course that became overwhelming. Using Copaiba on the back of her neck really helped her to feel a lot more comfortable, centered and grounded. Now, some people do find it makes you a bit too mellow and a bit sleepy. Some people prefer to use it just in the evening to settle themselves down, but see how you go. It can be a really nice one for grounding you. Now, on a deeper level, Copaiba being a resin, and the resin is found in the center of the tree, it helps you to get back to who you truly are. What I found when I started working with Copaiba, and I have a little bit each evening, the mantra that kept on echoing in my head was, who are you? Who are you? When we take away all the labels and the titles we give ourselves and all the expectations on who everyone else wants us to be and who everyone else thinks we should be, Copaiba helps us find the core of who we are. It takes away all that clutter, all that expectation, and as you start to realize who you are and what's important to you, you start to feel okay with knowing that it's okay to not please everyone else and to start removing some of that clutter around you. For that case, when we know who we are, we have power of ourselves and we can claim power of our lives. And Copaiba is absolutely amazing for helping you regain power and ground yourself and center yourself when you are feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or kind of crazy from too much anxiousness in your life or too many demands from other people overwhelming you as well. Patchouli is a well-known essential oil that is distilled from a humble little plant's leaves. Now again, this one has a nice grounding, earthy type of smell and can be really, really helpful. The interesting thing about patchouli is it's kind of got this yin-yang energy about it. If you smell just a small amount of it, it can actually excite you and it can be a bit of an aphrodisiac. But inhale large amounts of it or over a period of time, and it will actually take away that aphrodisiac influence and really calm you and sedate you. On a magical level, patchouli is actually really good at attracting people into your life and good fortune, but also it can be used to block and allow people to leave you alone. Sometimes I feel ungrounded because there are so many different people demanding so many different things of you, and you can't handle them all at once. Start working with patchouli. Patchouli helps you get really discerning, to put kind of boundaries up, and to make sure that only the people that are serving you and that you can handle dealing with at a certain time come through, and all those that maybe will drain you or do not have the best intentions at this point in time are detracted and leave you alone. If you need a bit more quiet time to yourself, then patchouli is absolutely amazing. Patchouli is great when it's combined with something like yoga or Tai Chi. It really brings you into the present, and when we've come into the present, we forget all the suffering and the pain from the past. We forget all the anxiety that's going to come about what's going to happen in the future. We drop into the now. We can really honour who we are and know who we are. And I find in that state, when we're present, you actually realise that there's nothing to really worry about. There's just a bit of happiness. And as you work with patchouli, that'll start to come up a little bit more. Normally the worries are either from the past or the future. And when we drop into the present, that all goes away. Patchouli will help you with that. Cedarwood essential oil has been one of my favourites for about 25 years. When I smell it, it reminds me of home. It makes me feel comfortable, like those cold winter days and snuggling up. It's another great essential oil that I find really helps me get a restful night's sleep and lets me let go of all my worries. In fact, one thing I love to do with cedarwood essential oil is a bit of a worry exercise. If you are worried about something, you know, when we think about it in our heads, it kind of goes round and round in circles and it doesn't really make sense a lot of the time. But if we take time to say it out loud, either to a person or to ourselves, or journal it down, we kind of linearize it and it becomes a bit more controllable and understandable. Doing that with cedarwood can be really, really great. Cedarwood also in meditation can help us find what we need to do to simplify our lives. There are so many demands on us in this modern world, and everyone wants a piece of us and to do something, and we often feel it can be hard to keep up. It seems that everything in life needs constant satisfaction from us, and we always need to have our finger in every single pie. Cedarwood, like the big tree that is gifted to us from, helps us to come back into our centre, who we are, and start to go, this is all I need to focus on. This is what's important to me. We are all on our own path, and lots of times other people are trying to drag us into their lane to help them with their race. Cedarwood will drag you back into your own. The other great thing about cedarwood is that it can help you to stand in your own power when you're in group situations. Do you ever find that you lose yourself, that, you know, at family get-togethers or parties, that you kind of get a bit of maybe social anxiety or something like that? This is where why am I saying sandwood? Cedarwood will really help you to ground in, but reach out your arms, like its branches on the tree, reach out and embrace other people without losing who you are. So if you're worried that other people will overwhelm you or take too much from you, and that is causing you to feel ungrounded, then cedarwood is going to be an amazing essential oil for you. There are so many great essential oils that can help to calm us and ground us and help us deal with any type of overwhelm. They come from all different parts of plants and trees, and I could have chosen other ones such as Roman chamomile, lavender, sandalwood that I seem to be obsessed about today and keep on talking about. But the final one I wanted to talk to you about is marjoram. Marjoram is an essential oil that you may not have heard of or may not have used that much, but again, it has a really calming nature and is a really nice one that I love diffusing at night, again, to settle me down. On a deeper level, this oil is really connected to Venus and to Gaia herself. So if you are feeling a bit of anxiety or stress or worry about relationships, Marjoram helps us to feel comfortable in our relationships, to feel that stability and to strengthen commitment between relationships. Now, if you need to combine it with a bit of geranium for a bit of trust, you can. And if there are actual problems in the relationship, then we probably need some throat chakra oils such as eucalyptus, cypress, hinoki, ravensara, and so on. However, assuming that there's relationship is going fine, but you tend to get a little bit uneasy, you doubt yourself, maybe it's a self-esteem issue, Marjoram helps us to feel comfortable and to know that everything's okay. Another great thing you can do, probably the best thing I find you can do when you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed and ungrounded, is something called either grounding or earthing. All you need to do is come out into nature. It can be somewhere like this, or it can be just in your own backyard. Take your shoes off and stand on the earth. Grab your marjoram essential oil or any of the other essential oils I talked about and inhale them deeply and even visualize those roots going into the ground. And this will help you to feel a lot more grounded and stable and nurtured. On a deeper level, it will connect you to Gaia, to Mother Earth herself. And no matter what's happening in the world around you, you know that you are always supported by her. When we feel that connection to Mother Earth, everything else will be fine. And that is one of the best grounding activities that I could really recommend you can do. So those are 5, and I think I've squeezed a few extra little mentions in there as well of my favourite oils that can help you to ground, no matter whether you're feeling scattered, overwhelmed or whatever. Now I'd love to know what oils you use to ground yourself and if you make up some different blends. Now I've given you some different options and you can try them, and what I love about essential oils is just like we're all different, all the essential oils are different as well, and different people will find different ones will work. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and ungrounded by the different options of essential oils to ground you, then I would recommend 2 different blends. These are by doTERRA, and I would recommend if you are mentally overwhelmed, and this is really good especially for air signs such as Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, there's a blend called Adaptiv. And if you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, especially if you're a water sign like Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio, then a blend called Balance can be really good. So if you don't feel confident trying different oils and you're not sure how to blend it or that type of thing, and you just want to make it simple, go for either Adaptiv blend or Balance blend from doTERRA. If you'd like to know more about any essential oil or if I can help you out in any way, please, my contact details are below, reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help you out. There is so much happening in this world and it can be really unsettling sometimes, and I've been there, and you know, I've helped other people close in my life from depression and anxiety and things like that. If I can help you, I'd be more than happy to. Please reach out to me. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it's been helpful. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.